Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched 205 Live, episode 152, which was broadcast on the most memorable day, November 1st, 2019. I think I totally forgot to talk about how during that women's tag team match, Renee got kicked right in the face. Right in the face. Sonya Deville was sent over the commentary table, and her foot struck Renee right in the middle of her face. And luckily, she didn't get knocked out or anything like that. But so she's just kind of a badass there. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that real quick. This episode of 205 was great, as always. We open up with a match between Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Arya Daivari. Swerve won this match, and yeah, there's some good stuff in there. I really like both. I like everybody on 205 Live. Of course, I do. We got a little bit of this is a really quick episode. I didn't write down specific notes or anything, but I will fill it out a little bit at the end here. I'm going to talk about some Terminator stuff, some more Terminator stuff. I haven't seen Dark Fate again, but I went back and watched a whole bunch of other movies and some of the TV show and all that. But anyway, I'll get to that in a second. We had one of the things, and I'm kind of bummed that I missed happening live, but I'm fine with having missed it. I'm not bummed about it because I got a great recap right here. R-Truth, during that battle royal, after he was eliminated, he pinned Sunil. I think whichever of the Singh brothers had the championship, he pinned him and won the championship back. He's a 21-time 24/7 champion. And then Samir, the other brother, if I haven't flipped, it's the other brother. Later on, he pins R-Truth to become the champion. And so both Singh brothers have now been 24/7 champions, and that's pretty cool for them. So yeah, I like that little recap that they had of that. We had Jack Gallagher versus, I think this is a local guy, not I've never seen this guy before, so I don't think he came over with all the 205 with all the NXT folks. But Ray Dazikoff, I think is his name, and Jack got to show off all of his usual moves and won that match. And then we had a fantastic match between Leo Rush and Raul Mendoza. Raul, part of the whole gang of NXT folks that came over, but Leo Rush is also, because he was there at the end of SmackDown. So yeah, this is a great match. Leo won it with the what was it, what is the name of his move? The Last Hour? It's not called the Last Hour. Is it called the Last Hour? The Midnight Hour is the New Day's, one of New Day's finishers. I think it's called the Last Hour. But that huge frog splash, he usually ends like he rebounds off of it into like a headstand for just a second. This time he was in that headstand for like, it felt like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It was a ridiculous amount of time that he was up in a handstand. It was awesome. And afterwards, yeah, he offered Raul a fist bump and gave him a bit of respect there. So that was pretty cool as well. So go watch this match and the opening match. Watch all three matches. Why not? The Jack versus local guy match was only like a couple minutes long anyway. So go watch this whole episode. It was great. I am super excited to see what happens next week on all of the shows now that NXT has invaded. Yeah, I'm recording this mere hours before Raw airs, and I really hope that NXT, at least a few NXT faces, are there to invade Raw as well. So we could get a little bit more of a preview of what's going to go down in Survivor Series. And then I really hope that some of Raw and some of SmackDown invade NXT on Wednesday this week, because I will be there and I am super excited for that. So we'll see what happens. I'm sticking to that. The weather forecast is good all this week, so I'm no excuses to not go. and enjoy NXT on Wednesday. Um, yeah, I did want to talk a little bit about Terminator. I watched Terminator Genesis for the first time since it was in theaters, and I liked it a lot. I kind of loved it a little bit. All the movies and shows I love in some way. Um, there's some really cool ideas in it. The effects were great. I thought the acting was fantastic, and J.K. Simmons, he's awesome, and he's in there. Um, there's somebody else on the cast that is also. Oh yeah, Amelia Clark or Emma. Yeah, Amelia. It's Amelia, right? Oh my god, I feel like an idiot. But anyway, yeah, she's awesome. Jai Courtney is pretty cool, and I and of course Arnold's. I think he's great. It's such a different. Every Terminator that he's played since Terminator 2 is different, and I like that a lot. Like especially between Genesis and Dark Fate, they're both aged. And but they aged differently, and I thought that was really cool. And yeah, then I went back and watched Terminator 3, which I don't think I have seen since maybe like 2002, something like that. And there's some really cool stuff too. And then as the ending was happening, I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, that's what happens. It's all coming back to me now. Finally, in the last 2 minutes of the film, I'm like, oh right, this is what happens in the next 10 seconds. But anyway, I really like that movie too, and it kind of is out of like all of it. Yeah, I'll talk about this more in the Terminator episode. But then I also watched just an episode and a half of Sarah Connor Chronicles. I stopped because I realized I should go back and watch Terminator 3 first, since that's a complete thing that I can get done watching before I dive into this whole series. But I had not realized that Lena Headey was Sarah Connor. I hadn't watched this show since before Game of Thrones, and I didn't watch Game of Thrones until like this year anyway. So like I wasn't I didn't make that connection really. I didn't make that connection at all. And now it's really cool that both her and yeah, it is Amelia. It's not Emily. It's got to be Emily. Why can't I remember for sure? I'm so unsure of what her name is. Anyway, it's really cool that both of them from Game of Thrones have played Sarah Connor, not Connors. Oh, what if the Connors it ended up turning like they have a distant cousin, and it's Sarah Connor and John Connor there, so they come and join the family, and then that turns into a new Terminator series. That's dumb. I'm sorry. Now that well, no, is Terminator part of Fox? I can't remember. I don't think it is now. I'm not sure. Excuse me. So anyway, I'll talk a lot more about all the Terminator stuff when I go see Dark Fate again. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you thought about this episode of 205 Live. Oh man, if there was like, okay, the fighting in Terminator is so cool. Especially when there's like weird different robots. Like, if they got somebody from 205 Live to play like an even more advanced Terminator unit, like they like doing like parkour and stuff like that, and like flipping off of walls, and I don't think we've really seen that. We've seen them like merge through stuff and like dodge stuff by like changing the shape of their body and stuff. But if there's a Terminator that was like a lightweight material and that they were able to do like high flying cruiserweight stuff, that would be really, really cool, and maybe we'll see that in the next movie. We kind of see that all of the ever since the Terminator, all of the opponents have been like kind of smaller. They're smaller than Arnold. So there's already been that type of dynamic, but not quite to the degree of like doing like frog splashes off of the top of a storage container, stuff like that. But anyway, get more wrestling into Terminator and get more Terminator into wrestling. That's what I say. So yeah, tweet me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.